As a business owner, you know how important it is for people to visually know who you are and what you have going on. One of the reasons that you are using live streaming is to establish yourself as an authority in your specific niche or vertical. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can level up your online authority with really good branding for your live stream. By the way, my name is Desiree, and on this channel, I'm here to help you grow your business with better social media and content marketing. Now, good branding starts with a good tool, and that is why this video is brought to you by Streamyard. Streamyard is a browser-based live streaming platform that is the easiest thing to use on the market. Not only does it allow you to multicast to multiple places, do screen sharing, and so much more, it also has some seriously killer branding options in here, and I'm going to be showing you those a little bit later in this video. Go check out Streamyard for free. Download the link that I have in the description below. So when it comes to your live stream, you want to make sure that you're establishing yourself as an authority, starting with how your live stream looks. Now, we're not going to be talking about camera quality or internet connection or anything like that today. What we are going to talk about is the colors, the appearance, and the logos and imagery that you are using on your live stream. When we think about branding, we have to think about how recognizable are you as a brand. Whenever you think of Pepsi or Starbucks or Target, you know exactly who they are and what they're about. You know their colors, you know their logo, and you probably have some pretty specific adjectives that you would use to describe them: comfy, trendy, or delicious when you're trying to figure out how to put them together. You need to make sure that you establish those exact same feelings to people when it comes to your live stream. Another example of how your branding is important is also with what people's experience is like with you. I want to encourage you to make your live streams into something people want to binge watch and they can't get enough of. I essentially want you to make yourself the Netflix of your industry through your live streams. How many of you know that the moment you're turning on Netflix and you get to work, you hear that ba-bum, and you know that you are in a place ready to be entertained? That's what you want people to feel when they're watching your brand. Be the Netflix and start with that branding. So the main theme about branding is going to come into the visuals. What are the things that you need to have on your live streams to bring your brand together? The three big visuals you're going to need are the colors, the logo, and the font that you are using for your business. By knowing these three things, you're going to be able to build what's called a brand board that's going to drive everything that you create, or maybe the members of your team or the things that you outsource to people, so they know exactly what to create and what it is supposed to look like. For an example, this is my brand board. As you can see, I have my logo at the top. I have what the exact color number is of the colors associated with my brand. Some inspiration to let people know, like, hey, when you're talking about me, this is how it should look. And of course, those fonts that I have at the bottom that I use for everything that I'm doing. So every chance I can, whenever I'm making something online, this is the template where everything has to start. Now that we talked about the basis of what you want to build in your branding, let's head over to the computer where I'm going to show you where you're going to place these different things in your live stream to establish your brand further. Okay, so when we're in Streamyard, we literally can go over to the third tab here on the right that says brand, and we can see all of the different options that we have available to us when we are getting ready to do our live stream. Right here at the top, we have the different branding options that we can create. I'm actually going to use this Train Your Bestie one as the example for what we're going to talk about today. Let's just work our way down the screen here. First things first is we're going to have our brand color. This is going to be an exact color match I've established for this brand, and it just so happens to be kind of this gray color, but I want to change it. So let's change it to this blue color, and I just so happen to know this is my brand color for the Train Your Bestie brand. So as you can see, if we want to test it out, I can turn it on and I can display my name in the bottom left-hand corner. In Streamyard, the color theme is used in two places. One right here with my name, and second within the scrolling banner that we add here along the bottom. We can either have it this way, or we can have a ticker here along the bottom. Okay, and that's when this color is going to be most relevant. And we can go in here and switch it to minimal. It's not nearly as nice and colorfully branded, so I usually tend to keep it on default. As we continue down, we're going to add our logo. Now, to make our logo placed here in the corner, we need to have a 200 pixel by 200 pixel square image for this. Now, your square does not have to be white. In fact, I encourage it not to be. You should have it as a PNG file with a transparent background. That way it looks really clean and nice, as you see here. Another example will just be use the standard Streamyard one that comes with it, where it's powered by Streamyard. This is what you will see if you do not have a paid version of Streamyard, and this is what it looks like, and it fits in that same space. But because we have the paid version, we're gonna have better branding. So now let's scroll down to our overlays. Now this is where you can get really into some customization. I'm actually going to turn off my display name because I want to show you a bottom third. Now a bottom third is going to be a great place for you to not only maybe add in your name or your guest name when you have a solo person on the screen, or if you select the person to be the only one seen on screen, but you also can add in other messaging as well. As you can see here, I not only I have a call to action along the bottom, the type wolf in the comments. This is for a chatbot, and then I have the presented by Train Your Bestie in the corner. That way, if I want, I can turn off this corner graphic on the screen and I can have a sponsor. This is something that you can choose to do with whatever you're doing, whether you have a sponsor for it, you want to give another specific call to action, or maybe you want to put like the person's name here and have the call to action on the bottom. Like, these are just different options for layouts and overlays. These don't have much to do with branding. What we're talking about is like how you can use things for your live stream and why the coloring is so important. So when you have two people on the screen, you can do more things. Like you could add in a different bottom graphic and make it bigger. Again, the point of the branding is how things look and what they are doing. But the reason I brought the two people on the screen is because I want to show you what you can do with backgrounds. Now, this is for a live streaming show that I used to produce called the Weekly Dogcast, where they would interview different pet professionals around different products and services. And what we did with it is we used this really fun background to add extra life to what we're doing with the brand. Because this brand is all about dogs, this is what we focused on, okay? I'm going to turn off this overlay, and as you can see, nothing is here, but I'm selecting the background, and that way I can use the background to do something different. I want to have this like you're watching, so people know when they're coming through the live stream or seeing it on their phone or whatever, that they know what they're watching and what they're getting themselves into, and it just stays there on screen. And if for some reason then I need to add in who my guests are, I can make that the overlay and turn it on or off, or I can do this, which is turn it on or off and have the branding here in the middle. So it's just a really fun way to use the backgrounds and the overlays in a different way and with different calls to action. And then of course I can go do this way, or I can do this way, or I can have it just big like this. Now, another thing that you're going to want to think about when you are doing your full screen stuff is what you can do for a full screen overlay. So there's two different kinds of overlays that you can do. You can do a video or a photo. So let me show you what a video would look like. As you can see, this is branded in the same colors and stuff that we use, along with the font that we use for this live stream. Okay, so this is how you use a video overlay. You can use a tool like Biteable, which I have a link for you down in the description where you can check it out for free, where you're able to create these and use them for your live streams. To show you an example of a full screen overlay, I'm going to actually switch my branding to a different show, so that I can show you what this looks like. So this is an example of a full screen overlay where I'm using a graphic to show something. Here's another example where I have a full screen graphic with something I'm talking about. Maybe I'm doing a quote or something. This is branded for the show. And so you can see that I'm using my overlays for continued marketing and establishing what that brand is all about. I can change them out. I can have a lot of fun with these bottom thirds. This is another really good example. Another good way to add in commentary and again give attention to who the sponsor is, or doing just something pretty simple like this. Because I think that something like this looks much better than something like this. It just adds a different level of professionalism depending on what you're trying to do. So This is why your branding is so important, because it's going to allow for you to establish the visual look and feel that you want that's associated with your brand. I highly encourage you to use the colors and the logos that you already have with your business if that's what you're doing, or if your show is like an extension of what you're doing with your company, continue those colors so that you have that continuity, because nothing is worse than people not knowing who you are, what you're about, or thinking that you're associated with something different than you are. Now, part of having good branding is going to include having a really nice set. So I want you to watch this video I have for you right here, where I'm going to show you what my home office looks like, what tools I'm using to make it look good, so that not only is my live stream well branded, but it looks really good. And of course, check out this video right here, because YouTube thinks that you're really going to like it. And until next time, I'll see you soon.